Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to another episode.
No, hi. What the
Welcome to another episode of Hijinks and Dungeon World, a tabletop role-playing live stream where we play Dungeon World
every week.
Every week we do this. Every Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. Pacific. If this is your first time joining us, this is a mini-series that we're doing. We used to play live, like in person with each other, and we would use a different system called Kids on Bikes to do that. That is our main our flagship here of like Hijinks and Handlebars. That's our flagship show. It is Hijinks and Handlebars using the system. There are 50-ish episodes backlogged for that. So if you watch this for sure. This is episode 11 of our Dungeon World miniseries. But if you like our chemistry and you like what we got going on here, then go and check out all of the previous episodes of our continuous story that we will get back to eventually. And that is all on the QueueTimes main YouTube channel in a playlist called Hijinks and Handlebars. That is also with bit.ly/handle stream, capital H, capital S. We have merch and stuff. QueueTimes as a whole has a merch store, and you can find that at bit.ly/handle shop, capital H, capital S. Our show has social media. That's Twitter and Instagram at Handle Stream. We just posted a piece of artwork that we had commissioned for our Kids on Bikes campaign, Hijinks and Handlebars. So if you want to see what that is, check out our Twitter. I don't think we've posted it on our Instagram, have we?
Not yet.
Not yet. We will do that, but we'll do that. It is the town of Bald. It's like a town map. It's not like exactly like every little detail, but there's a lot. Like most of the really big things are there, and it's cool because you can kind of get a feel for the layout of things. And there's also like little bubble vignettes and stuff, and it's really amazing. And the artist who did it is awesome. And that artist is
Sarah Baker. She is on Twitter and Instagram at SDAVBaker. That's Baker with BAKER.
Great. Cool. Nice. Thank you so much for that. Yeah. So check all that out. Do those things. !coin in the Twitch chat is a way to donate to the show. All of the donations, the money goes directly to the casts and everything. It is an actionable, like direct way to do that. At the top here, I do want to continue like reiterating and saying like we are not here to pretend like the world is not going through some stuff, some much needed change and acknowledgement for some like centuries, if not longer, forms of atrocities and oppression. On top of that, there's coronavirus and like COVID going on right now. So again, I'm just going to reiterate, we stand with the protesters. We ourselves have like been involved moderately here and there. As much as we can, sometimes without leaving the house, sometimes with leaving the house, but not too much because I do still hope that everyone is taking COVID-19 very seriously. But I absolutely, the people out on the streets and everything, no matter unconditionally, my support is with those people and the leaders and organizers and activists with whatever means they find necessary to achieve their justice and that kind of thing. So with that, you can donate money to us. You can donate money to those organizations. I think that's like a good place to put it right now. If you don't have money, you can support us by tweeting out or like retweeting and like putting our stuff on social media. And you can support like the protesters and the movement and everything by signing petitions, following Black organizers and activists, and continuing to educate yourself and unlearn a lot of anti-Blackness that probably everybody has. So just be mindful, keep educating, do all those things. And moving forward, back to the show, I want to give a thank you to QueueTimes for hosting us, to Jake and PS Clint for all the work they do behind the scenes. I want to thank Hunters Entertainment. We are not playing their game right now, but it is the game that we play most of the time up to this point. And also they gave me a backpack and some dice that are Kids on Bikes branded with little skulls on them and stuff. So I appreciate that a lot. So thank you. And then also I want to thank all the artists who have worked on art for our show in the past. Our very own Tani Meto, and also Shannon
Murphy.
Here's the thing: Shan Murphy and Shannon. They're two different people. Shannon and Canyon. So one of them, Shannon, did our Arc 3 poster for our Kids on Bikes campaign, and you can find her Instagram at Shanyon Canyon, at SHANYONCANYON. And then Shan Murphy is on Twitter. Who we did this last time too. It's like it's Shan Murphy or something.
Yeah. I hold on.
Yeah, go for it. So thank you thank you to people who are watching. Thank you to my cast.
Thank you, John Lizard.
Yeah.
For doing.
It is Hey Shan Murphy.
It's Hey Shan Murphy.
Yeah.
At Hey Shan Murphy.
Sorry, I got so excited because John did a
Photoshop of a pelican.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Oh, yeah.
James Bond.
Is that canonical, Chris? Is he dressed like James Bond? Not right now.
I'm sure at some point he's been dressed like that.
Okay.
Exactly like that.
Great. Cool.
Dressed to dad.
This show is nearly like 99.98% improvised. So I don't know exactly what I'm going to say. I don't know exactly what my cast is going to say exactly. So some things could come up and have come up in the past that are more like sensitive and can be uncomfortable. And if you yourself find these things like uncomfortable or triggering in any way, please like stop the stream. If you're watching this on YouTube, just like stop the video. If you want to continue watching the show and it's just like that one thing that makes you uncomfortable, please reach out to us on our social media. My personal at K William White or at Handlestream, and we will try to fill you in as much as possible while leaving out the things that you don't feel comfortable hearing about. And hopefully you can continue watching the show. We are not trying to be triggering. We're not trying to make people uncomfortable. In fact, we do the exact opposite. We try as hard as we can to make sure that our narrative it remains like accessible and diverse for people. But again, I mean, like some things that you personally might find triggering or uncomfortable aren't necessarily inherently offensive. But just for you, it's something that you would rather not have to deal with. So in the past, I mean, like just as examples, like if like spiders or things like that get brought up, or we have fire in every episode. There's always that like hint of like violence and like people being burned.
Sometimes a lot more than a hint of violence.
Yeah. Yes. And then also like we've had like touched on drowning a little bit, like that kind of thing. So
constriction.
Yes. Yeah. So just if something comes up, be careful with yourself first and foremost. We're a show. We're a live stream. We're playing a tabletop game. Your well-being is more important than whatever narrative that we are weaving. So just be careful. Okay. Now that all of that it's out of the way, this show is GM'd by me, William, they, them, the GM for Hijinks and Dungeon World.
And living with William in this very apartment in this very moment is me, Jonas, they, them, playing Bowser, the salamander immolator, he, him.
Hi, I'm Spencer LaBelle, they, them. I will be playing Denial, the Eladrin thief, he, him.
Hi, I'm Sam Richardson, and I am playing Ladislas, the elven druid, who is currently using he, him pronouns.
I'm Franny, and I'm playing Brenner. Oh, I'm she, her. Brenner is they, them. Brenner is a human paladin.
And I'm Chris, he, him, playing Din Din, he, him, the Pelican Daddy Fighter. Yeah.
The Pelican Daddy Fighter. Love it. Okay, so this show, Hijinks and Dungeon World, is about the end of the world. It is about essentially like a chosen family, a found family who goes around and tries to undo the end of the world that they have found themselves linked to through the forces of evil. So far, they've encountered a dragon that they've named Carl. They've run away from their home, their city, as it is being destroyed. They've encountered a wizard off in the forest named Gambador the Grump, who has given them the specifics of what they might do to accomplish the journey at hand, and then peaced out. Then they went to they crossed a magical river that was being created by a large dragon turtle, which was then quickly also named by. I mean, I'm just going to flat out say it. Franny's been naming all of the
Brenner.
Brenner. Yeah, Brenner's been naming all of them. So we have the dragon Carl and we have this dragon turtle named Zaz. And they all, as a family, made their way to the city of Wei, where it had been kind of destroyed a little bit from recent attack from a dragon. As they were in town, they were just scoping out the area. Brenner was healing some people here and there, and but they soon found out that the city was at least like relatively overrun by this cult, these evildoers that were originally trying to bring about the end of the world themselves. Were trying to track down Brenner, and through all of that encountering, they have made their way into the king's castle and way, and are currently in negotiations. I want to get more specific here for what happened last time on Hijinks and Dungeon World.
Boom.
So last time on Hijinks Dungeon World, we started with them awakening a chainy devil from the inside of an old woman, and they fought the chainy devil with everything they had, and eventually it was defeated by a combination of as Danail shooting its arm with an arrow, Dowser hopping on its back, Din stabbing it with a knife, and finally some combination of Ladislaus turning into a yeti and throwing a door. What was it?
I think it was just a piece of a nearby building.
Yeah,
I kind of pictured it as like a support beam, like you just like huck the log at it.
Yeah.
Ladislaus turned into a yeti, hawked a piece of a building structure at this giant creature.
Support beam.
I should say that was running away because Brenner frightened it with a magical spell, Cause Fear.
Brenner scary.
Upon completion of destroying this chainy devil, it dissolved completely away, not to be found. And swiftly, an assassin tried to assassinate Brenner, but Ladislaus was able to catch the knife before it made contact, and very coolly try to throw it back, but screwing that up so bad that it whisked past the assassin, nailing a passerby as they were checking to see what was going on in the alley. The assassin tried to run away, but Danail made quick work of the assassin by hopping down and using the momentum of the assassin running away to skewer the assassin with their rapier. The old man that was stabbed, now on the ground, was healed by Brenner, and everyone had a friendly, nice, casual exchange where Dowser showed up and was like, "We're heroes, leave us alone." The family then made it into the nearby building. I think it was some sort of eatery, and
A pizzeria.
That's yes, an abandoned pizzeria, and Brenner used Speak with Dead to talk to the corpse of the assassin, asking it 3 questions and garnering information from them that I can't remember right now. Anybody remember?
No, but I just want to say I think it's funny that we're designating these buildings, these like establishments as abandoned or deserted because no one's currently in them, because like today there's an attack on the city. It's like, oh, no one's here, it's abandoned. Let's mess it up.
So no one remembers what the questions were. The first one was like, how do we get you to leave us alone? How have you been finding us? And then the last one was Brenner saying, if I come with you right now, will you leave my family alone?
Mm-hmm.
And the answer,
we don't know.
But Brenner did that secretly.
Mm-hmm.
And the answer they got is they will never stop coming.
They're everywhere.
They've been finding them because not because they're like have some sort of magical tracking apparatus, but because our group of heroes is being very obnoxious and not very quiet. and then the third was, if Brenner went with them right now, the assassin said that they would just kill everyone. So with this newfound information, they all debated whether or not they were going to leave right now, or now that they have the other ritual dagger and they've given the soul back to Minnie, like stabbed the soul back into Minnie, they decided to meet up with the king one last time. They went to the castle, were greeted with praise and open arms as everyone was worshiping Dowser as he approached. and Raquel met them at the door to bring them to the king's dining hall, like feastiary. As they were going through, Dowser was branding pieces of armor and other things because everyone wanted to be branded by the Flame. Danail was collecting money for these like autographs, and they moved through, finally meeting the king in the dining hall area, where they disrespected the hell out of the king as a group. It was very fun. It was a fun little game we all played. Where the Baron, the Bread Baron,
The Bread Baron.
made a feast for everyone, and everyone was super excited about it. It would not stop talking about how good the bread was. Finally,
She's the MVP of the campaign.
in the silence, the king was able to say that the reason he had partnered with this evil cult organization was because it was the only hope that he had for his kingdom, for his people to survive. He knew that this cult was the reason that the world had kind of fallen into chaos and the sky had ripped open. He knew they were the reason for the dragon, but as far as he was concerned, and that they told him, they were also the only way that the full end of the world wouldn't come. So he did what he thought was best for his people and agreed to help them to get Brenner, but then acknowledged that was wrong, and he apologized, and with the group kind of stating that they, mostly Dowser, saying that they were intending to save the world a different way, and that they felt that was possible. The king offered them any resources that they could possibly require to complete this journey themselves. And then suddenly the room grew cold, and a white fog blew in from every separate area, and suddenly an ambush from every side of like priests and swordsmen and sorcerers and assassins entered in a moment of needing to figure out a way to get out of here. Ladislas asked Din Din to produce the ring that Gambador had given him to open a portal to get out of here, seeing if they could change the direction of the portal from going to a different world to remaining on this plane, but going like very far away, possibly to Novre, like up north where they're going next. That did not work. They closed the portal back down, and all of them readied themselves for a fight. So, Danail, you have just shot one of these like high priests, like sorcerers, and all of the others drew blades. The assassins, the swordsmen, the priests, the mages here are all prepping to just wipe you all off the face of this earth. What do you all do?
Circle around the king. We'll fight our way out through the kitchens.
The king looks at you and is like, and just immediately looks to Brenner and says, circle around the child, right?
Dowser agrees. Raquel, can you gather and lead the troops? Your soldiers out there, if there is any left.
Yeah, Raquel turns to you, Dowser, and says, so do you want me to like break through and go find a bunch of soldiers?
We're going to need help.
Okay. Raquel that charges towards where you all had come from. I'm in that like big like ballroom sort of area to whisk past all of these swordsmen and assassins and priests as they are like moving forward towards you.
I want to try to help her with that.
Cool.
I think if I can like maybe from like a big candle that's on the table or something, if I can shoot some fire kind of in the middle of where they're coming from and kind of make them step to the side, so there's basically a pathway for Raquel to go through, so I can drop the fire when she gets there. Does that make sense?
Yeah. That makes sense.
While Dowser is doing that,
what's
can
up,
I
man?
cast invisibility on Raquel?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Cool. And I'm gonna prep a defense. I'm gonna prepare a defend. Basically, I want to get myself in front, in between whoever wants to attack us and my family.
Cool.
Hey, William.
Yes.
Is there some sort of like chandelier or like dangling thing that I could grab?
Absolutely.
Wait, I thought the roof was blown out.
Yeah,
We
there's like
established that.
well, yeah, no,
Not
the roof is like blown out in sections and stuff. Yeah. I did say it was like pretty open up top, but there's one like piece of roof that has like a chandelier.
It's almost like
That's lucky.
the like skeleton crossbeam still blows. So
Yeah,
it's like
yeah,
a giant
yeah.
wooden rib cage.
Could I reach it by jumping? Like if I jump from the top of the table, could I grab the bottom of the chandelier?
You jump up on the table, and then jump from the table. Yes, I think you could do that.
Okay.
And it's like not so difficult that you don't have to roll for that. Yeah.
And am I looking around? Does everyone else seem like they are preparing to defend Brenner?
It seems like everybody is doing something. But
I'm defending Brenner.
In fact, I would like to let's go back to Jonas.
Mhm.
Let's get Jonas's roll. So Raquel here ended up with an 8.
Cool. Yeah, and so I'm just rolling aid, right?
Yeah.
Not okay. Cool. I think I have one bond with Raquel at this point.
Sure.
I would say like in the last few interactions that I've had with her. So that's a 7 + 1 for 8.
Okay. So well I had an so you had an 8 and an 8, but so
Just
it
make
gives
it
a
a 9.
+1, but you also enter into some danger.
Yeah.
Here.
Cool. Which makes sense. I think I'm like leaping up onto the table and putting myself. I'll stay behind Din still, but like in that direction.
And then what did you get, Spencer?
I got a 13. So I'm gonna mumble the incantation, Noctis fail and shadows move unseen. Slap Raquel and tell her, don't strike until you're ready to break the effect.
Okay, yeah. So Raquel moves forward and Dowser, again, explain exactly what you're doing. You're
Basically, I am attempting to create a line of fire down the middle of these cultists that is right at the door.
Yeah. So the invisibility like starts taking effect immediately, and at first it seems like even with your help, Dowser, Raquel would not have made it through. But like as soon as that invisibility like happens, like all of them lose her. You lose her. And as far as you're concerned, you don't know where Raquel is anymore.
Dowser didn't think fire could do that.
Let me get your roll, Chris. What was your roll?
That's a 7 + 2, 9. So I get 1 hold for a defense move.
Okay, cool. And then let's go back to Ladislas here. What did you want to do now? Now that you see what's going on?
I've jumped and like grabbed the bottom of the chandelier, and I'm just going to shapeshift into a spider.
Like the size of like a normal spider or like a big spider?
The size of a normal spider.
Okay, cool.
Classic Ladislas.
That is a 7 + 2, a 9. So
9.
I hold 2.
You hold 2. Okay, cool. Great.
And I'm going to start making my way across the underside of the roof. I want to end up right above someone with an exposed head.
Cool. Great. So they're coming from 3 ways. There's a lot coming from the ballroom area. There's some coming from the kitchen, and there's some coming from like a side room in the like back behind where the king was, which is like seemingly leads up to his quarters.
Which ones look the most powerful?
The ones coming from the king's quarters area.
Okay, that's where I'm headed.
Cool. Sounds good. That one was mostly like the priests and stuff. Like the other sections are more swordsmen and more assassins.
Great.
And then things like that. Brenner, what would you like to do?
Is it clear whether these attackers are under the control of something or someone?
They look exactly the same as every other, like the one that your father had interrogated. Like they're all dressed the same. It's not like they all look the same. Like it's a swath of like, I mean, there's like some humans, there's some elves, there's some. It's like it's a ton of like and different like ancestry and like everything here, but
they all appear to be as like.
But they all appear
in self-control.
Yeah, similarly. The only thing that is the same about all of them is they have washed over eyes. They're like there's just a glaze over them. But from what you have seen, previously, especially with like the interrogation that your father did in the abandoned bakery, they like the abandoned bakery is that they
It's called closed.
they don't seem to be under someone's control, because like if they were, when Danail tried to see if there was magic being used either on them or by them, there wasn't. So there is nothing like magical that is happening to these people.
Okay.
But that could still be brain slugs. Brain slugs are still on the table. That's biological.
That's true. That's true. We've seen the D&D movie.
I haven't.
Baldur's Gate 3. Get hyped.
I guess, I mean, I know everyone's trying to protect me, but can I try and protect everyone else?
Sure. What does that mean?
I mean, in my mind's eye, if I roll well, it would be like this dome shield that would just go over everyone.
What are you trying to roll?
Oh, defend.
Defend. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. You can roll defend.
Okay.
Sure.
I love the idea of skinning the defend move as just like this holy shield, though, for Brenner.
Agreed.
Hell yeah.
You have to. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say I got a 5.
5 total.
We'll add
Never
con.
mind. I don't know what the modifier would be.
Constitution.
Constitution. Yeah.
6.
Yeah.
That's close, but
Okay, cool. Yeah, so then with that, I will say the surrounding like swordsmen and assassins and everything reach you, and blades start coming down. I need Danail and Dowser and Brenner and Dindin to all defy danger. You can use the hold that you got, Dindin, right now, like for your defend, if something occurs like with Brenner.
okay, cool. So I can kind of read the scenario and pick who best to aid right now.
Yes.
Cool.
But yeah, let's get all of the defy dangers.
All right.
7.
7.
It's like it's swords people coming at me, right? If I was at the ballroom door, what I want to do is I want to roll Constitution, and I want to try to, as one of them is swinging at me, I want to grapple them a little bit and redirect the momentum into some of the other soldiers.
Sure. Yeah.
And I want to do that, like I want to wrap fire around them very lightly, but that's just to aid my.
Cool.
That's more flavor than anything.
11.
9.
9.
9, 7, and 11. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do for you, Dindin. You did succeed, but I am kind of wrapping this in the failure that Brenner just got previously with the defend. And with that, I'm going to say that you can relinquish your own success here in order to use your hold for your defend. Otherwise, like for Brenner, you can do it generally just for anyone else, but for Brenner, you have to relinquish your own success on this move. Otherwise, you won't be able to help Brenner, because Brenner has just exposed himself to like too much. Like the magic users are all like they got spells coming in. It's like something that would be very difficult for you to defend from.
That sounds like fatherhood. I'll do it.
It's the 10.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So Dowser, you do exactly what you set out to accomplish. And then I want to say, just for you, Danail,
and I'm doing dexterity to like parry, duck, weave, dodge, evade.
Dodge, duck, dip, dive, parry, dodge.
If I can dodge a blade, I can dodge a blade.
Yeah. I will say this. I'm going to give you a similar thing that I ended up doing with Dowser in the last episode. You can avoid damage getting like struck by this attack right now, but you will separate yourself from your entire family.
That's kind of what I was thinking would happen.
Yeah?
I feel like I have to like 2 blades are coming in overhead, so I have to like move forward to get out of the way. So I have to like duck under, and in doing so, now I've kind of thrown myself into the middle of their crowd.
Okay, you are separate then, and that means that nobody can defend for you. No, like essentially no one will be able to help you. Except for like from afar. So with all of that, the final two here, Din Din and Brenner. I'm gonna roll damage now here for this. Hold on, let me find what I'm looking for.
Wait, so if I sacrifice my defend, I can cover for.
If you just sacrifice your success for your defy danger, you can cover for Brenner here. You can use your hold. Otherwise, you wouldn't be hurt at all by this. You would avoid it. Yeah.
That's what I'll do.
Okay. Let me see what I got here. Okay.
There are like there's like a list of ways you spend that hold, right?
Yes.
You can for defend, right?
Yeah.
If you want to read, I have it ready.
Yeah, I have it too. You can redirect an attack from the thing you defend to yourself. Have the attack's effect or damage, like cut it in half. Open up the attacker to an ally, giving the ally +1 forward to against the attacker, or deal damage to the attacker equal to your level.
I think that the open up an attacker thing would be the most fun, especially because Brenner is like right next to me, I think, right?
I'd imagine.
Yeah, Brenner's right next to you. Yeah, for sure. So you want to open them up for an ally to attack?
Yeah, that's what I do. Yeah.
Okay. All right, then Brenner, take 8 damage as you get like.
Hold on. Oh, I thought that I could. I might change that. Sorry. I'm gonna redirect the attack to me instead.
Okay, then you take 8 damage. Ignore armor. Yeah, paint me what this looks like. So these swords people come in. I have a feeling like the two of you, Brenner and Din Din, you're pretty capable. So you can like take like both of you are capable of as fighters. Like Brenner with your halberd and Din Din with your knife.
Did you say halberd like a name?
How
you probably didn't, but I heard halberd and maybe
my name's Bert, and this is my halberd.
Halberd. And so you're able to like block off a lot of these like the swords people, the people who are physically attacking you. But it is much harder. For the magic users, the spells that are coming in, you would have to be like focused on like just dodging them in order to like not be struck by them. So in this moment, as you are fighting off these swords people, Din Din, you see like a just blast of this like pure white magic like slicing towards Brenner. What happens?
So I jump right in front of it, basically. Yeah. And I just kind of, I'm not used to a magic attack as much as I am like physical combat. So it just throws me off. And then like, yeah, it rocks me pretty hard.
Yeah, you jump in front of Brenner and you get blasted by this like piercing. I mean, it feels like a blade, but it feels like it's burning you as well, like this piercing feeling. You fall to the ground, and immediately the king helps you back up, and like shares like just a look with you, and
a dad look.
Yeah, dad look. Like similar to the one with the person in the forest or whatever. You get a lot of dad looks.
That's part of being a father, if you ask me.
Father to father.
Well, can Brenner's reaction be pretty immediate as well? And can they go straight to healing?
Yeah. Roll me a heal. Roll me a heal for
that. While we're resolving that, I think Danail, now having had to like duck forward and finding himself in the middle of the crowd, is just in his head going damn, and has to carry the momentum forward and is going to try and cut through the crowd, and in that way I can get up into the face and take out one of the spellcasters in the back. Cool. And hopefully I can kind of split their forces.
Yeah, absolutely. Did you want to do like a hack and slash here, or?
Yeah.
Cool. Let's do that. So back to Brenner. What did you roll for the heal?
I realized I didn't decide which kind of healing I would do.
Whether you wanted to do lay on hands or if you wanted to cast a spell.
Right. Well, or I have Hospitaller.
Hospitaller is a
Hospitaller is-
part of Lay on Hands.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, no, it just adds a D8 to your Lay on Hands
When you use it,
if you
yeah.
use it on an ally.
Okay, so then okay, cool. Then I'll do Lay on Hands plus charisma. So I got a 10 plus 2. So
Great.
Damn.
Cool. The roll 2d8 for me.
$10.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
There you go.
Okay, so you are healed for 10, Din Din.
Wow.
And
I feel
then
amazing.
tell me, Brenner, tell me like what does that look like? What happens here?
So the cutting magic light spell hits Daddy Din Din, and immediately just this glowing energy forms at the fingertips of Brenner's hands. And just almost, it looks like Brenner goes to push Din Din, but obviously doesn't. And just kind of like presses really deeply into the wounds to reverse them.
Feels like a
and
really
then-
good shiatsu.
Yeah, the king looks at Brenner and is just like, okay, I see perhaps why they want you.
It's all I'm really good for.
And yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
That's not true.
No, that was it. That was
Just some more self-deprecating things.
Thank you, Brenner.
All I can do is heal massive amounts of damage. All I can really do
All
is
I can do is just
do.
negate all of an entire squadron of swordsman's effort. just like that, just done. It's nothing really. I'm sorry.
What was your hack and slash roll?
I got a 10.
Ooh, yes. Roll me that damage.
Cool.
Yes.
And I'm using my last charge of serpent tears. I don't know if poison like stays on a weapon, or if like once I have applied it, it's consumed.
I feel like
In most times it hasn't like come up in. Yeah.
I feel like if you had it, like it lasts for like one combat. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you put it on your blade right now, like for the rest of this fight, anyone you stab is gonna get poisoned.
Beautiful.
yeah.
But that was my last dosage of serpent's tears until I brew more.
Okay. Cool.
So and that just allows me to essentially roll damage at advantage. Well, for anyone dealing damage to the target, I should say. Not just me.
Cool.
So against that mage, I'm gonna deal 4 slash. I don't need to specify. I'm just gonna kind of duck weave through the crowd and deal 4 damage as I try to pop up and stab the guy in the arm as he's like trying to get off another one of those white light slash spells and just kind of like stab him like through the forearm.
Sure. You said 4 damage?
4.
4. Okay, great, cool. Is this the same one you shot with an arrow? No, that one was by the kitchen. Never mind, it can't be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I kind of picture I'm moving in the direction sort of where we created an opening for Raquel. Like we're kind of in a Y shape.
Ballroom like sort of area. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. So yeah, you stab that priest in the arm and like he like reels back and like you hear like kind of like a hiss come from the wound, not the person. And like the wound where like you stabbed, like there's a searing like white light that just like comes from it for a moment and then like evaporates back into the body. Ladislas.
Yes,
What are
I
you
would like.
doing?
I would like to amend this just slightly.
Spider.
I am a jumping spider, not a regular Spidey boy.
Long or high?
Small.
Long or high? Small.
So am I at this point positioned over the mages that are coming from the king's quarters?
Absolutely. Yes.
Which one's the strongest one?
The
big one.
The big one.
Okay.
One with
There's
the
one-
muscles.
yeah,
Has a muscular wand.
There's one that's like there. It looks exactly like some of like the more built like swordsmen, but is like wearing a priest outfit. So where like inherently you would be like, wait a minute, are you just one of
Wait.
the swordsmen? But you saw that one using magic, so you're like, oh, that one's just
Gotcha.
like and apparently like it has increased the strength of the magic by being also
It's like Doro
Being
Hiko,
physically
so
strong.
it's stronger,
Yeah.
the stronger.
Yeah.
I'm kind of picturing evil Terry Crews just like flexing and then just like shooting little
Evil
beams from
Terry
the
Crews
bicep.
flexing and pointing and stuff. Yes.
I would like to use one hold to spring from the ceiling onto his shoulder.
Yes. Okay.
Cool.
Yep.
And I would like to use my second hold to spring directly into his ear.
Thanos butthole.
You're gonna kill him. Okay, you do that. You spend your final hold to spring into the ear, and you can you defy danger constitution for me?
Sure.
I thought you were gonna ask him to describe it. I was like, nope, don't.
That is a 6 + 1, a 7.
A 7.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think you're just going to also take damage from this.
Okay.
Just like because like you're being like compressed a little bit. It's not going to be like a lot because you're. Yeah. Wow, that's so funny that you did this.
Technically, an equal amount of force is being exerted upon you as is being exerted upon this poor fucker's skull.
When you said you were gonna be a spider and you were looking for someone with an exposed head, I thought you were just gonna like poison them.
Wow. Okay, so I only rolled 2 damage, so take 2 damage.
Cool.
Take
Look
2
at you with your.
We don't have to describe exactly because, as
Yeah.
Chris said, that's like a little gratuitous. But you,
Yeah.
a body falls to the floor, and a lot of us who are standing there covered in goop.
What you might happen.
Cool.
Yeah. And
Do I
all
have-
of the other like priests and swordsmen around like go immediately like, whoa, what?
Do I
Their
have
eyes
time?
pop out of their head. They're like, what?
Do I have
Wait,
time to
check it. Is there a brain slug? Maybe there's
No.
one just like
Nope.
sitting on your shoulder.
Well, now I've got one in me for sure.
Discern reality's the goop.
Is there time to do one more thing while all of these people are surprised?
Yes.
Is there someone that is not wearing armor?
All of the priests are not wearing armor.
Cool. I want to stab one of them in the heart with the dagger.
Look at you.
Okay.
Because I want to know what happens when I stab one of these people. Like, what happens with this dagger when I stab these guys?
You
Like,
wait.
on
Hold
the
on.
property of-
Hold on. You're taking the which dagger? The one that doesn't have a soul in it currently, or
The ritual dagger.
Or no, wait, they both have souls. Sorry. Which ritual dagger? You have 2.
I have one that doesn't have a soul in it anymore, right? Because the chain devil, the chain devil exploded one of them. The other one has a demon inside of it because I spoke to it.
From one of them, but
From
that
one of
knife
them.
we still
Yeah,
have.
sorry. Yeah, you. I can't tell you exactly what's going on with the knife, but
Sure.
like, yeah.
We have the original ritual dagger and the one that the chainy devil had come out of, and then we just
The
one
one that
from
Cheney
Brenner?
Devil came out of exploded.
No, it didn't.
no, it didn't.
What exploded when it came out then? Because
No,
something exploded.
No, I think William said the chainy devil exploded from the knife.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
I think
So
that's what you're
the
talking
knife
about.
itself did not explode.
No,
Correct.
No, we have
you
that
just
knife.
have the
Gotcha.
knife.
Okay, so I want to use that one that doesn't have anything in it.
Well, okay. I misspoke, but go. We can move forward.
Okay.
So you want to just stab them
It
with
is the one that you think doesn't have anything in it. Jonas
Correct.
think it has the chainy devil in it, and it's going to go inside the sorcerer, but we'll see.
Can we, for future reference, delineate the two as the one that was originated from Brenner's usage and the one from Minnie's ritual?
Well, we can just say the Sendral dagger and the Way dagger.
Yeah,
Sure.
that's good. Yeah.
Okay.
So the way dagger, you're using the way dagger right now.
I am trying to use the Way dagger, yes.
Yeah, you caught them by surprise. You don't have to roll.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah, you just stab this priest in the heart,
Cool.
and they fall down to the ground and they die.
Cool. Dig it.
I would like
Good
to-
stuff.
So I rolled a 10 to do my like grapple maneuver and knock one soldier into a few other swords person into a few other swords people. And what I would like to do, because they're all wearing armor, right? So I want to I'm gonna do I'll do Zuko style. To try to that flame that had flicked back into the candle. I want to redirect that as sort of like a more of a mask, more of a ball on that pile of armor wearing people, with the intention not of burning them as much as heating up their armor. So I want to kind of like sculpt and like basically coat their armor in fire.
Yes.
And heat all that up.
Yeah, you're using heat metal.
Yeah, basically. So yeah, rolling Zuko style.
Well, since this is Hijinks relevant, I just want to point out when we did that the first D&Dairy one shot as level 20 characters, I love the story about heat metal. Jonas had given me a magic item that could just like, it was like the staff that from itself could cast heat metal. So Jonas inserted, so we had Zugdemoy, and then there was this one random tree that was wearing a metal breastplate. Just so there is something that I could target with heat metal. And if you go back, listen to it, there's just a tree wearing a breastplate, and heat metal just never got cast. It was there, and I loved that inclusion.
Yeah. I remember being very confused by that.
Yep.
Anyway, so what'd you roll?
Total of 6.
Total of 6.
Actually, no, 5.
Total of 5.
4 plus 1. Yep.
Okay, so yeah, you go to take the surrounding flame and like use it to heat up the metal. And like as you go to do that, one of the priests that saw you like starting to do this like holds out a hand, and you feel like a tug of war with the fire happening in front of you, and then like another priest like looks over and sees this one doing that, and like looks between the two of you, and then they both take it, and it turns a completely like different color. It becomes this midnight bluish sort of like flame, and they shoot it directly at you, and it does not burn in a fiery way. It burns in a very cold way.
I figured
that does not feel good. And you are going to take a little bit of damage for that. And this will be ignore armor or whatever. Oh my god. I rolled 5. Here's the thing. I rolled 5 and it ignores armor. I know you're wearing your helmet right now. If I had ignored armor, you would have just taken the damage.
Ignore armor? Oh yeah, well I ignore it.
Cool. I only rolled 2, so I'll take 3.
Okay, you take 3 of this like kind of like cold fire damage.
Dowser coughs up a little bit of
Frost
fire
blight.
and says,
The sorcerers die first.
Okay, so
Dindin's turn.
Dindin.
I want to do cool shit. So Dindin is going to use Ben Bar's lift gates to knock down the table and then ram it against as many people as he can and pin everybody against the wall.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
Cool.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Holy shit. I got
While
a
we're
12.
doing that, because this kind of rolls into what I wanted to do, but because I imagine Danae is on the opposite side of this table, I want to do a wall run sort of parkour thing in a second.
Oh, sick. Okay, cool. Yeah.
With a 12, can he get like all the people coming from all 3 sides up against the way that like Raquel is presumably going to be coming from, or is he going to have to choose a side?
You have to choose a side, but this is you can get the people coming from the king's quarters, you can get the people coming from the kitchen, or you can get the people coming from the ballroom area.
Let's say coming from the king's quarters.
From the king's quarters, so over where
right?
Ladislas is, yeah, and that is predominantly sorcerers, yes.
And
Also,
I can
fine.
choose 3 attributes. And a lot of it has to do with like not making noise and being really quick. So can I use that reasoning to say I can make an attack roll too?
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, we can.
Extremely forceful might be a way to phrase it.
Yes.
Like what are the tags we're looking at here?
So the ones that I'm going to pick, so I can pick 3. It doesn't take a very long time.
Yes.
And it doesn't make noise, and there is little effort.
So, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, as far as the noise one, like since that stuff doesn't super matter that much, I think you could like give enough of like a heads up to Ladislas that like he would know to kind of get out of the way.
Cool. Awesome.
If I know far enough advance that this is going to happen, can I try something other than getting out of the way?
Sure.
I want to I want to shapeshift again.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll first. 6 + 2 and 8.
Okay, so you get
I want to, as I am pushed up against the wall, I want to explode into sand. Like as reaching as far as I can. I want to just explode. It looks like basically Din pushed me against the wall and I just exploded into sand.
Oh shit!
Okay.
Sandman over here.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
and
try and
I want to get as far and wide as possible, aiming for shoes, mouths, ears, eyes.
Oh
any
my
open
god.
door.
Oh god.
By the way,
You
so
can't
I'm
be all
doing
the
hack and
sand.
slash on one of these mages. Whoever has more health, I think.
Yeah, let's go for it. At the same time, Ladislas, Ladislas, you're exploding into sand. As you get pressed up against the wall. Danail, you're seeing your father like back a bunch of these like up against the wall with this table. Same with you, Brenner. The king like readies a blade and starts like swinging towards these like sorcerers that are pressed up against the wall. I would say you've got about like 6 of them pressed up against the wall right now. And which is like all of them that were coming from the king's quarters after Ladislas had just killed 2 of them. So yeah, that's where we are. Danail, you are still like mini like separated from everyone, but if you give me a defy danger roll like high enough or something, I mean we can see where we go from here.
So here's how kind of with that new information. If the table was coming at me, that would have been smooth. But I imagine there's still several of the swordsmen and maybe soldiers running around who have to like jump out of the way, who are coming like my direction. I then use like, okay, cool. Everyone in that area needs to like take a step to kind of like accommodate the shifting battlefield. And in doing that, I'm picturing there is, of course, a very ornate, lovely, large tapestry depicting, King Hugo's ancestors. And I want to do like this parkour. I was expecting a defy danger dexterity to like run up and just like slash it at its head and fling the tapestry over some of the folks near me.
Oh yeah,
so I can like cover their eyes, get it, and then maybe stab through it while they can't see me, backstab them a little bit, we'll see. But defy danger.
Cool.
Nice. That's 10 flat, 12.
Absolutely. Yeah. You get through that, and like the tapestry falls on these on the individuals that were like kind of getting out of the way of the table. I think you catch like 3 of them. I'll say like you with the 3 of them like off guard as they are, you can do 1 hack and slash and it'll count for all 3 of them. You can just take 3 swift stabs off in there. I want to go back to Din really quick. So you're prepping to like take this like attack against them. You'll only be able to get to one of them because you are still holding the table up against them. But Din, what you got for a hack and slash for me?
I got a 10 on my hack and slash.
Okay. Do you want to deal more damage or do you want to avoid an attack and retribution?
More damage.
More damage. Okay. Cool. All right, let's do it.
So I add a d6 to my roll. I got a 9 plus 3. So that's a 12 and then 2 piercing. 2 of the 12 is piercing.
2 of the 12 is piercing. Great. Yeah. Tell me how you do this. Tell me how you finish off.
Just imagine I said something that had to be censored.
Great.
Cool. Dolphin noises.
I'm picturing it's like one of those ones where it's like the comically long censor where it's just like bleep, 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 and you're like, what are they saying?
Yeah, we
your
cut to
pelican
reaction,
lips
basically.
flapping away.
Can I?
Yeah, I want to resolve Ladislas's like stab really quick. What'd you got with your stabbing? Or sorry, Danail. My bad.
Okay.
Danail.
I wanted to ask if the tapestry would make these guards qualified as surprise or defenseless. Can I use my roll for my backstab move?
Yes.
Cool. Because I got a 13.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
And again, so for backstab, on a 10 plus, I can choose 2. So not only am I going to not be in melee with them, so I'm able to land after I get this into a point where since I don't get into melee with them, I want to actually circle around. So I'm now on the far side of the sorcerer. and outside all of their forces. So still a little separated, but now it's you who's surrounded. And I also want to deal plus d6 damage. I also have the cheap stop move, which adds an extra d6 damage on that.
Damn.
So that's going to be, I rolled a 1 and a 2 on my 2d6, but a 7 on my d8. So that's going to be 10 damage to the ones with the tapestry as I.
The 3 swordsmen?
Yeah. Oh, hang on. I still have Serpent's Tears on that.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
If we're in a crowd, it does like would spillover damage just go to the next one?
That is sort of how I want to do this. Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. But the 10 with this, because they were all like since you rolled so well on your defy danger, you got them covered, you have them like caught off guard, and you did your backstabbing. Like this is like the 10 applies across the board. So all 3 of them are taking from this.
Cool.
Just so you know, you don't need to worry about like poison damage or anything. You killed them.
Hell yeah. The tapestry, I'm picturing I was doing that right as like I was jumping up. So like I'm still in the air thrusting and I have to like, land in like a deep like cat crouch sort of dealio. And like the tapestry just kind of falls with the bodies. And so by the time the tapestry hits the ground, everyone under it has like hit the ground as well.
Yeah, definitely. And you get exactly like where you want to be positioned. You are off like a little bit away from the group still, like just on the outside of all of this carnage, positioned like poised like right behind one of these like mage priests. Dowser and Brenner then. So like this, you are seeing all of this like happen. Ladislas has exploded in sand. Danail has like parkoured off the wall, chopped down a tapestry, and like stabbed into like 3 of the swordsmen as they were coming in, and has positioned away from all of you on the other side. And your father has barricaded a group of these like sorcerers up against a wall with a table. There are still enemies coming from like another 2 sides, but they are like, it is in a little bit of a disarray. I mean, honestly, probably good that Danail has like separated it a little bit so it is not so focused. What would the 2 of you like to do? Let's start with Dowser.
So the table and sand are on the same like side, right?
Yes, correct.
Cool. Sam, are you familiar with the term with vitrified sand? Do you know what that is?
No, what is that?
So it's basically sand that is heated up. It is one of the first steps of turning it into glass. Glass.
Oh.
Yeah. So you add things to vitrified sand to create glass. Like, basically, when sand gets hot enough, right? That is how like beach glass can be formed, I believe. What I basically want to do is I want to try to vitrify my sibling, and I would like to. I want to. Is it either be Zuko style or maybe my like crafting move that I can do?
Sure.
I love this, Jonas.
Sam everywhere that I can, for whatever end he wants to use it. But
this is amazing.
So like
I love the idea that theoretically Sam Ladislas could also turn into an object that is made of glass. So I feel like this this is almost like helping facilitate Ladislas's shape-shifting.
Yeah.
And again, so this is not, I don't think I can make glass, but I can make basically beach glass. Like
this is interesting. Okay.
Pretty, right?
Yeah, good to know. I just looked up a picture.
Do you think, William, this is more appropriate for Zuko style or the handcrafted, which is meant for metal objects? But
I would say Zuko style.
Cool. Then let's do it. Oh, really? Well, I'm just rolling poorly now. Can I use a hero point? That's
hey, borrow my dice.
Did you say 3 + 1?
Yeah, it's 4.
Oh no. Okay.
Ooh, that's not wonderful for me.
Zuko style in a row.
Yeah. Yeah. So again, you go to do the Zuko style, and like the sorcerers that were on the other side, that are sort of around where Danail is, are now like fixated on you because you are clearly like a powerful like magical like emulator, and can be like are doing a lot of damage. So you actually like you go to do this and you feel your body like restrict, and then like they collapse you to your knees and you feel this like force, and you see this like white magical energy just burst from you and like around you, and you now feel like magnetized to the cobblestone ground on the inside of this.
Can my jaw move? and like my
your
tongue.
your jock hand move.
Dowser just cries out,
Sorcerers die now!
And from here, you are going to have a -1 ongoing for every roll.
Okay.
Brenner,
Yeah.
what would you like to do?
I would really like to roll hack and slash.
Okay.
Yeah, chop some folks.
Yeah. Oh my god. Well, Brenner tried. Literally 2 + 1 + 1. I got a 4.
no.
So I think what happens is seeing all this happening, Brenner seeing Danae kicking ass and then seeing Daddy Din kicking ass, Brenner gets this surge of hell madness, and so kind of bears their halberd and goes with the intention of running across the wall and slicing off all the heads of these people, but instead just full up trips. First step in.
Hey, Hollywood.
Hollywood. Yeah, you go to do this and you trip in and everyone sees this and you trip, but you don't hit the ground. You actually fall into the arms of someone.
Oh shit.
So I'm this in midair.
Yeah, you're in midair and your halberd.
Halberd.
If we don't meet a character later named Bert the Halberdier, William, you're fired.
Okay.
Well, and Bert, of course, is short for halberd.
And
Yes.
your halberd is stripped from your hands in the chaos of the falling, and you are in the arms of one of the swordsmen. And immediately this swordsman wraps their arms around you like full on bear hug style, and just darts towards the ballroom exit to just running away with you.
Oh shit, that's me.
Do I have time? Can I try and lift because they're wearing a helmet, right?
The swords people are wearing armor and like helmets and stuff. Yeah.
Okay, so am I able to kind of take the helmet off to see who this is?
I mean, it's no one you would recognize.
It's Gambador!
Hey, Brenner, can I make a suggestion?
What?
Yes.
Tell him to stop. That's not a joke.
No, I know.
I will give you. You can defy danger right now, but this is coming out of a failure of yours. Mm-hmm. So you're kind of but you can defy danger using charisma and say you don't want to take me or something. You can do
There's actually a paladin move I want to draw your attention, where since you are the law, and when you give an NPC an order based on your divine authority, you can roll plus charisma, and on a 7+ you choose one, such as making them do what you say.
Whoa.
What?
Dang.
That's a paladin move. You have divine authority, and you can just command people to do things.
Damn.
This is how I play.
I wish that I was more versed in these games to know what I was doing.
But I'm saying it's just plus charisma to command him to stop based off your divine authority.
Oh, I will say we have ruled that these are not NPCs. NPCs, these are monsters. When something wants to kill you, it's a monster. Wow, they don't want to kill Brenner though.
Yeah, they don't want to kill Brenner.
Wow,
if that's a parameter.
Maybe it's just a -1.
Yeah, let's roll with a -1. That's a good idea. Yeah.
Okay, but could I still use divine authority?
Yeah, I am the law. Yeah, just 2d6 and add charisma -1.
Okay, cool. Then 9.
So on a 7 to 9, you choose one. Okay. So you give an NPC an order based on your divine authority. On a 7 to plus, they choose one. Do what you say, back away cautiously, then flee, or attack you. So what do you say?
So I'm kind of squirming, and I just simply say, "Put me down."
They drop.
I like to imagine when Brenner says that, it's just playing off the flavor text of a voice that transcends language. It's just like this godlike echo that booms through the room.
Ooh, yeah. There's
That one
special
down,
effects
like,
on it.
Boom, down.
Yeah, you
There's
like
a blast of wind.
Yeah, you yell this like put me down, and it like fills the room, and it's like this like and it shouldn't echo so much because there's no roof. But but like it just rebounds, and like everyone like feels like your shout, and like this
I
person
think it
just, like,
surprises
releases
Brenner as
you.
well.
What's up?
I said I think it surprises Brenner as well, just how loud that they were.
Yeah, and like you get released and like dropped to the ground, and when you look up at this swordsman who was like carrying you, they look confused as to why they put you down. And then they're like, and like you just hear like from the crowd of like these like swordsman assassin and stuff, someone goes like, "Wait, what are you doing? Pick them back up! Pick them back up!"
How do their eyes look? I'm just wondering.
They're all the same. They're all
Okay.
just like glazed over.
How do their
But yeah.
brains look?
Wait,
Sluggy?
do I have time to do or try one more thing?
No, sorry. I do want to move on here to so with the Din is backing people away. Up to the I did want to say so like the king does go over and like just like whoom like chops off like two of the heads of the people that are pressed up against the wall.
Wow, what's with his hands? It's amazing.
I said he had a sword. I said last episode he had a sword. He has a sword.
But he's not using it. He's using his hands.
King Hugo is a
He
monk.
doesn't use it, and he doesn't wear a crown. He's a very strange king.
King of the
Cool.
people.
Oh wait, what kind of crowns do these swordsmen have?
None of them.
They don't-
have
they're not
crowns.
from here.
They're not from here.
Yeah.
Royalty.
All right, Ladislas,
What
you seemed like you wanted to go next.
So, William,
God.
I would
Yes?
like to draw your attention to the druid move Thing Talker,
Yeah.
in which I used to shapeshift into sand in the first place. I can either turn myself into copies of the sand, the sea, or the stone, or I can turn into mobile, vaguely humanoid-shaped entities.
Sandman with giant vitrified glass knife hands.
So what I would like to do is whichever part of me is like the deepest inside of someone, like if someone inhaled a bit of sand or swallowed it or something along those lines,
Sure.
I want all of the sand from everywhere to collect around me. But essentially, because of the way that I'm using this sand needs to travel in a straight line to me.
Okay.
So any sand that maybe someone else swallowed or maybe is in someone else's eyes or nostrils or in their, boots or anything else would go directly through them. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200 and directly to me.
Okay.
That's what
I
I
almost
do.
feel
I'm
like
spending
this is like a special hack and slash based off your form.
Well, here's what I will argue. I think this is me changing form, but not changing what I am made out of. So if you want me to roll another shapeshift move or expend hold, I think that makes sense.
I might recommend the only role being to not hurt anybody else other than the people you're trying to kill. Because this sounds pretty dangerous, actually.
Yeah.
If you're doing a straight line to you.
Yeah, that's a fair point too.
It feels like a defy danger with success giving you a roll of your damage die, probably. But
Yeah, we could do that. So if we want to do defy danger, like probably Constitution.
Could I argue wisdom? Because I'm trying to figure out. Here's the reasoning. This isn't just trying to max my stats here. Like I'm not trying to survive all of this sand arriving at me. I'm trying to aim specifically which sand I want to come to me and which sand I don't want to, like, for instance, hurt Din or hurt the king.
That would be intelligence then. I don't think that would be wisdom.
Okay, I'm fine rolling intelligence.
I'll say I think wisdom makes sense because this is wisdom is what you use to shapeshift, and this sounds like you're manipulating your form, and this is an extension of your shapeshifting.
I would also agree with that logic. Up to you,
that
William.
logic I agree with. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So I'm defying. Whoops. Defying danger. Wisdom. Dropping my dice everywhere. That is a 6 + 2. So an 8.
So 8. So on an 8, 7 to 9, you stumble, hesitate, or flinch. The GM will offer you a worse outcome, hard bargain, or ugly choice. Yeah, when you exploded in his hand, you caught your dad in it a little bit. You caught the king in it a little bit. You can pull your sand towards you, but you will hurt both of them as well as everyone else. Like not the rest of your family, but the rest of the people that you want to hurt.
Yeah, I think Lad in his head is like, Dad can take it.
Yep.
And then I just do it.
Cool. All right. Then everyone sees like bursting through people's cheeks or like that stuff like that. Just like all of this sand is like collecting towards this one.
It's like a Junji Ito.
Yeah, this one sorcerer that was like unfortunate enough to have like most of the sand collected inside of in either in his clothes or in his mouth and like stuff. And
may I be the first to say, Ladislaus, what the fuck? What have you been doing this fight? You're horrifying.
Ladislaus is not fucking around with the rest of these people. Like, everyone is here to kill Brenner, and Ladislaus has had enough of it, frankly. I think, William, if I can add a little bit of flavor here, I think that this person just becomes this sorcerer just becomes entirely lost in sand.
Yeah.
Like, just completely becomes like a sandy humanoid outline, and then just as the sand finishes collecting, their body just falls forward out of the sand.
Great. Cool. Roll me damage here.
Cool. I think it's
is the sand in a person shape still too? Is it like sand person standing where?
Yeah, now it is in a humanoid shape.
Cool.
I'll use this dice. I like this dice better. That's 5.
5. Okay,
so
cool.
Like, it's also like, not to make this already grisly visual even grislier, I think about how like Roman Colosseums and how they use sand to soak up the blood, and at this point, like, as you coalesce in this humanoid, you're definitely getting a little muddy here and
you're
there.
A different shade. You're a different consistency.
Yeah.
You've become mud.
And then it actually, William, if you'll let me do one more thing, I think Ladislaus just roars.
Okay.
With your sandy vocal cords.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
It
all
just sounds like static.
Yeah, it just sounds like
It sounds like the inside of a conch shell.
Yeah, all of these so all of these things, like all these sorcerers and the people that were like caught up in your thing, that I will say, Din take 5 damage as well. Ignore armor. And then so let's go to Ladislaus here. Like Ladislaus. So just to repaint exactly what's going on. So you've all seen this just now. All the sand gets like pulled back, and then like Ladislaus lets out a sandy roar. That is just after Brenner was being stolen and then like dropped after they just like exclaimed like, "Put me down," and it like filled the room with that tension and that sound. All of that while also Dowser is being like seemingly like magnetically pinned to the ground by this like magic that a couple of sorcerers are dealing to him. All of that as well. Din is still pressing the table up against the wall with the remaining, I believe, 3 sorcerers that are still like alive that are struck by that table. So Danail.
The sorcerer that's nearest to me that's distracted by this, I stab them while they're going like, "What the hell?" And I kind of need to shake the "what the hell" off my face too.
Cool. Let's get a roll out of that. Yeah, let's.
Cool.
Yeah.
I almost want it to be like defy danger wisdom, just to be like, because we just had Brenner have a voice that transcends reality, and Ladislaus just did some gnarly shit. So I'm doing defy danger wisdom, and that's an 8.
8. You want to defy danger wisdom as an 8. Okay. Then I will say. Let's see, on a 7 to 9, you stumble, hesitate, or flinch. I think you might just be aghast by like everything that has just happened.
Yeah.
And
See,
like
I thought I was the magic one in the family, and now I'm realizing out of my siblings, I have the least potent magic.
yeah, you delay.
I have spent years of studying by candlelight after a long shift over contraband spell books that I lifted from the evidence lockers just to learn little cantrips and
Should have just been born with it.
Yeah, you delay
Okay.
just long enough for the swordsmen and like the sorcerers and assassins like around you to like shake it off and like and notice you behind them, and like a few of them have now repositioned and are starting towards you. So Dowser.
Yes. I want to do discern realities, and that will depending what information I get from that, I want to do one of two things. Is that okay?
Yes.
Cool. So I'll roll that quick first. 8 plus. I don't think it really matters. It's 8 minus 1 plus 1. So yeah, 8.
So you get one question?
Yeah, one question, and this is the one that works with my inspectacles, right? This is it.
As long as it's sight related.
Right. So it is going to be. So I want to look towards the door to the like ballroom where Raquel went out of, and I want to kind of see a judging based on like the amount of movement I see coming from there. Does it seem like soldiers are coming?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Then I want to just like Dow's going to muster all of his strength and bellow in that direction. Come, soldiers, fight for the fire! And roll the Enkindler. When you bolster the courage of others, roll plus charisma. On a 10 plus, they shake off all fear and doubt, becoming brave in an instant. On a 7 to 9, the effect is fleeting. They realize it's So I'm gonna roll plus charisma -1. That's right. Now the dice are on my side. So that is 11 minus 1 for 10.
Dang.
So they shake off all fear and doubt, becoming brave in an instant.
And I think that's true for everyone. I think even you like bolster yourself. Like, and you can like release your
I'll just
-1.
I'll stand up to one knee. I have
The power of shouting.
Yeah, and everyone in the room, does it do anything like besides like relinquishing fear or like?
No, it doesn't.
Fundamentally,
so it's kind of up to interpretation.
Sure, but like this, you hear like a hurrah from like soldiers now, like that are just entering the room, that are running forward. All of you see these soldiers like coming in kind of behind where Danail is, and like carrying spears, and as they come in, like they're just like high in energy, and one of them like looks to you, the flame, just for a moment. The one in front goes like, "Is it okay that we've got spears?"
Nothing more okay. Help Dowser stand, please.
And I like hold a hand out towards them.
And the first instance of an interaction from these soldiers is suddenly Danail, the sorcerer in front of you. You see a blade enter from behind and go all the way up through the head and come back out as Raquel appears back in front of everyone.
Hell yeah.
Having not drawn her sword or made contact with anything since the invisibility spell had been cast, she reappears with these soldiers, turns to Danail and says, get your sibling out of here. We can handle this for now.
I was really hoping you'd do something like that. All right, let's go. Time to leave.
And the soldiers open up enough of a space for all of you. The king grabs like you, Din, for a moment, really quick, and he says, "I can take the table for now. I'll press them. I'll keep them pressed against the wall. You all need to go up to my quarters, though. I have a couple of things there. There's a book and there's a candle. They're splayed out."
Candle?
And the soldiers are helping you up, Dowser, as like the soldiers are clashing with the swordsmen and the assassins. This is like it's chaos around all of you. The one swordsman that had just dropped you, Brenner, is still there. Like no one has like stopped.
I would be going out after that one.
Yeah. But the king like looks to you, Dendon, and says, "Just go up to my quarters. It hot, impossible to miss. It's right there."
Thank you.
just fine. Just it looks like I presented them. They were gifts for you. If we make it out of this, I will help you. I swear. We will send for a raven. We will find you. You're going to Novre. We'll be able to track you down. Don't worry. But you need to leave right now.
I was wrong about you. You're a good king. And then we run up to. I run up to the quarters.
Despite
I don't know if anybody.
Yeah, and the soldiers like start making a path towards like up where the king's quarters are. Danail, you said you wanted to go towards that swordsman that had that is still standing by Brenner. I do want to give Brenner one moment here. Brenner, you are face to face with this swordsman. There's chaos, like calamity all around you. I would say like you're like in bullet time with this, just looking up at this swordsman who, with any intention, wants to pick you up and take you away again. But for a moment, for some reason, they just like dropped you, and they don't know why, but they're like raring to pick you back up. What do you do?
Can I throw you my knife?
I want to do that move where you drop down and like do a swing kick to like take their feet out from underneath them.
Oh, cool. Yeah. I suppose that's going to be like a hack and slash then, or if
one of the options like put them where you want them or something, or am I thinking of?
You're thinking of Monster of the Week. Okay. That's okay. Or if you, I'm trying to think of a good way to do this.
I think it would just be a hack and slash. You just don't necessarily gain the benefit of your weapon's tags.
Yeah.
Like the halberd gets +1 damage, if I recall correctly, too.
It doesn't happen. I got the worst you can get.
Oh,
2?
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Oh, so you got 1 and a 1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then with that you you go to do this, and the swordsman, like before you can even like finish the move, like just reaches down, like grabs you and picks you up again, like just like gripping you even like harder this time, and like runs out through the kitchen. Danail, like you see this like happen, you are approaching as this is happening, and the swordsman like runs out through the kitchen.
Oh yeah, I want to sprint and tackle them.
Okay.
I'm trying to intercept full hard, which might be a defy danger to catch up to them.
I would say a defy danger, probably like dexterity or strength. I would take dexterity or strength probably.
Yeah, I think it'll be dexterity to kind of do the whole like, because there's still like fighting going on between the soldiers just arrived and the Colt swordsman. So this is like a lot of duck weaving. Juke is another Colt swordsman, like takes a swing at me. Ooh, that's gonna be a 6 + 2 for an 8.
6 + 2 for an 8. Yeah. The GM will offer you a worse outcome, a hard bargain, or an ugly choice. The worst outcome is that I'm going to give you is you dart towards the kitchen, and just as like you're getting there, the doorway like fills with more of these like swordsmen, and completely block you from getting through. If you move forward anymore, you will incur like complete like attacks from them. And just as you get there, you can see like running through the kitchen out through the back of the castle is this swordsman that is carrying Brenner, your sibling. And that is where we are going to take our break.
All
so
right.
we will be back in 10 minutes at 9:02. We will
Pacific time.
We'll begin again.
Hell yeah.
Danail, you're up against this wall. Are you going through?
I think Danail kind of like has a moment of bullet time of seeing Brenner and this cultist kind of fading off in the distance and being like, I can't miss this chance. And I'm gonna start doing the somatic component and start doing the hand sigils for mirror image, though I don't think I'll be able to get it off in time as I try to ram my way through these guards.
Yeah, you immediately like ram in through them. You knock them back. They like get kind of pushed out of the way, but as you go forward, you feel the cold steel of a blade enter your body, and you take
past the pain.
you take 10 damage.
Wow, jeez.
One of those
yeah,
blades.
If you have armor, you subtract the armor. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have a lot, and I think one of those blades cuts very deep into Danail's side.
But you take that damage and you push through. You have a clear shot forward to run through the kitchen to keep up with the swordsman and Brenner.
Cool. Can I finish casting that mirror image?
Absolutely. Let's get that roll.
Nice. That was a 12.
Nice.
So
Okay.
I pop it off, and like I think at this point, as I like am finishing the signs, I kind of have to like pop my hand. Oh dear, I have to pop my hands outward. And at this point, like because I'm doing it kind of low and close to the waist, there's just a splatter of blood outward, and all of my other mirror images are like also pretty bloody looking.
Yeah.
But I got a couple alternates.
Yeah, so you can make your way through the kitchen from this point on forward. But as you are like moving through the kitchen, you see more of these of like the swordsmen like coming in from the other side as well. And you also like see actually like hiding underneath a table in the kitchen. You see the bread baron and a few of the other
No.
they don't seem harmed at all, but they are like they're like stuck there. They can't really get anywhere.
Oh, we need to have a romantic subplot where the bread baron becomes our new mom and marries Dindin and mixes so much bread. But Danail pushes that thought out of his mind. Brenner!
Can I get one more defy danger from you?
Yeah. Ooh, any particular thing you want this?
It's just to
more
like
duck and weaving?
Yeah, it's weaving. You're weaving and ducking
Cool.
and dodging and diving.
That brings me to a 9.
And dipping. A 9. Yeah. And dabbing.
You know, ducking and dabbing.
Yeah. Yeah. With the 9. So you start moving forward again. And you run into the final couple people right before you get out of the kitchen to basically be like free sprinting through the castle hallways to get to Brenner and the swordsman. With that, you get basically like slashed at and like stabbed at again here. But mirror image, what are we doing here? What's that?
Yeah. So whenever I'm attacked, I can roll a d6, and on a 4, 5, or 6, the attack hits the illusion instead, which then the illusion dissipates and the spell ends.
Okay, I think roll me a d6 then.
Cool. It's funny because if this fails and they hit the real me, and then they roll a decent damage amount, well, that won't happen. That's a 6.
Hey,
Nice.
So a sword cuts through one of your mirror images. How many do you have left, by the way? Is it only once? Or
I think it's only once. I like to picture there's this moment where if this were like a camera, there'd be a shot where a cultist, kind of like Danail did last episode, where he was ducking around and circled and cut off, and then just turned a corner and just this cultist just ran into the blade of Danail's rapier. The same thing happens. There's this shot where a cultist turns the corner and just stabs his blade through Danail's chest, and Danail's just like and then just kind of like dusts into these like crystal polygons, and then the camera turns and you see Danail has already like sprinting past him in the background.
Cool. Okay, that's awesome. Back to the main like room here. So Din, let's go to you. What do you want to do? You just had this interaction with the king. But I will say everybody saw the swordsman take Brenner. Everyone saw it.
I can't attend to getting to the king's room if Brenner's being taken, so I have to go in the other way. Who you said there's a bunch of swordsmen?
Yeah, there are swordsmen like blocking the way through the kitchen.
Okay, whoever just stabbed Danail, I want to just like hack and slash at them.
Cool, let's do it.
Yeah. 11.
Great, cool. Do you want to do more damage or do you want to not take damage?
More damage, please.
More damage, okay.
I like to imagine if you were following behind us, Din, you definitely like it's from Din's perspective where you see Danail get run through, and then you have that moment of like no, and then oh thank God, mother.
9 with 2 piercing.
Whoa, 9 with 2 piercing. Okay, so two of that is piercing. Hold on. Ha, that's incredible. That's very funny. They have 2 armor, so so it just doesn't matter. Okay, that's funny. Yeah, you okay, great. So you run up on them, and this one that had stabbed Danail, you immediately do away with that swordsman, and you the remainder of like the damage that you have here will move on to like the next person. So like you're gonna hit 2 of them, you're killing one. Tell me what it looks like. Like what do you do?
I pounce on this soldier, and I do away with them, and then immediately I lock eyes with my next target.
And there's like the other target is like, actually, like, hold on.
Actually, I've just decided I'm on the wrong side.
Have you ever been dad glared at so hard you took damage?
Yeah, you glare at them and they take 2 piercing damage, but it's from your eyes. Yeah, great. So then Ladislas, you are a roaring pile of sand.
Yeah, so I saw Brenner get stolen away.
Yes.
Okay, so what did we decide the rules are on shape-shifting into a shapeshift?
I mean, you can just shed your. I mean, you can do. I mean, you just roll shapeshifts.
Okay, cool. Because I was gonna say, I think I can use my shed ability, which allows it, essentially, I can just decide to turn back into myself without using my hold.
Yeah, absolutely.
But if you'll let me use my hold,
okay,
I've got 1 hold left.
Right.
What I want to do is just cram sand down these 2 sorcerers' throats that are still alive.
Oh, sure.
And then that's it.
Great. Yeah, I think you just like kill the remaining 2 sorcerers that are pressed up against the wall by the table that the king is now like pushed up against.
Cool. And now I turn briefly back into myself, and then I'm gonna roll shapeshift.
Okay.
Is it not a roll to use your hold? I thought that it just like enables you to do things your form can do. Otherwise, it's turning 1 success into multiple.
It's
right.
I
feel like if you're trying to do a thing, you still have to roll. You're just using your hold to allow yourself to do the thing?
No, the hold for this essentially allows me to do one thing that only that kind of creature can do.
Right, but
that's still a move that you roll on to do the move.
No, you don't roll.
You just the shapeshift. That success turns into up to 3 successes that you can just use later, which doesn't.
I mean, the bold does specify under shapeshifter spend 1 hold to make that move. So it's not about the result. And any other move would have you roll on it.
But specifically in the rules, it says that holds for shapeshifters are not treated as like I'm not doing hack and slash as a shapeshift, as a bear or whatever. I can do that. That's something else I can do. But a hold is something that only I can do that doesn't fit the other category of moves.
So like as a bear, you can roll hack and slash and it won't use a hold.
Right.
Or
so I could ostensibly stay in a bear form as long as I wanted, as long as I didn't use my hold.
But I mean, the thing is, the thing that you're doing that you couldn't do in your original form is still verbatim qualified as a move. And virtually any other move would have you roll to achieve your desired effect, and would also have the potential for partial success or failure.
Sure. I mean, that is not how I have read the rules of the shapeshifter. If that's how we want to play it, that's fine. Maybe we can reassess after the stream.
Yeah.
But
I think it makes sense to be able to roll once to do 3 things successfully from that 1 roll.
Well, but you do that for other moves all the time. Like defend gives you 3 hold to just automatically do something successfully.
But those
That's
aren't
also true.
Sure, okay.
That's like
sure.
you get to automatically have damage. You get to automatically like draw fire away
Okay,
from
that
someone
makes
else.
sense.
It's like, to me, it just feels like a move where you like where it gives you hold.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. I don't know. Like,
Again, like if we want to qualify that as like, you know, I need to roll hack and slash every time or something like that, that's also fine. I just think we should clarify that rules wise.
But
how
also
we want to do it.
the thing I was just doing was doing the dungeon world thing where if like people are helpless, you just get to kill them.
Cool.
Right.
So there wouldn't have been a roll. In this very battle, I've had Danail like kill people without rolling. So that's like sort of where I was going with this.
Yeah.
But
Well, either so what no matter what, my shapeshift is not gonna go super well.
What did you roll?
I did roll a 2 plus 2.
Okay.
So on a miss, I hold 1, so I still shapeshift into whatever I was trying to turn into, but that is in addition to whatever the GM says. So it's basically you get to take the reins as far as like what else happens to me.
I'll also, now that in terms of like hold is not a success, a hold is a move. In that way, we can observe that partial success on moves which grant hold, partial successes are equal to success, which I think implies that moves would then necessitate an additional roll. Anyways.
Yeah, we'll have to talk about that later because I just got confused by everything you just said. But let's just keep moving forward for now. So what are you transforming into? What are you shapeshifting into?
So what I was trying to turn into was the same kind of bird that Strogi is.
Sure. Yeah.
That's what I was aiming for.
Yeah. I mean, like you transform into the bird.
But
you just do it.
Oh God. Okay. Then I'm going to fly out of the castle.
Okay. Yeah. There's no roof, so you fly out of the castle.
I am headed towards where I saw Danail chasing that sword. Essentially, I want to like reunite with Strogi and follow this person who's taking Brenner.
I will need like a defy danger, like some defy danger with like wisdom or like intelligence, something to like be able to track, because Danail, the only reason Danail is keeping up with it is because he has put himself in direct harm's way to like really like keep up with the swordsman. So I just need you to give me a roll to like locate.
I think intelligence maybe to try to like track them down.
That makes sense to me.
That is an 8 plus 1, a 9.
A 9. Yeah, I mean, like with a 9, yeah, I think you catch them like just as they're like rounding a corner, like through like because like so much of this doesn't have like roof or like ceiling or anything, so you're catching them, but like you are pretty significantly far away from them at this point.
Okay, good to know.
But, Dowser.
I have a question, William.
Yes.
Before I do my move, and I don't want you to give specifics. If the answer is yes, just yes is fine. Do you know the character Tobias from the Animorphs series?
No.
Okay, cool. Don't worry about it. So what I want to do, I would like to call out. I'll position myself to where I'm basically like between the door to the kitchen and the door to the king's quarters, and call out towards the kitchen.
You with the child, put them down now. If you take them away, we will not be stopped. You will die. All your friends will die. Return them. You will live.
And I want to. Can I do my move, the firebrand, when you introduce a new idea to an NPC, or can I leverage the intimidation from Dad into a parlay?
Because
if I'm saying we're gonna kill you and Dindin's in there as he is, I feel like that is.
They're not NPCs.
Right.
But I think you can leverage like the intimidation of Dindin,
cool.
Daddy Dindin.
The
intimidation of Dindin.
Let me roll this one. Hell yeah. And that's plus charisma. Am I still at a -1 or is that passed?
That has passed.
Cool. Then 10.
10. Yeah. And I will say like the swordsman and like who is actually carrying Brenner is like too far away to
Okay.
be affected by this. But the swordsmen that are blocking the way through the kitchen all kind of like begin like backing away from you and Din Din, and like still holding their swords. They're like, and like the sorcerers around that are still there, that are like locked in combat with Raquel and these other soldiers that have now like filled the ballroom. I continue going like, well, what are you doing? Stop them!
To back this up a little bit, I want to create a wall of fire behind them so they cannot escape.
Oh, okay.
And say,
No, when we have our sibling, then you can leave. And you will.
do you want me to roll for that wall of fire?
Sure, let's do it. Yeah.
Cool. Zuko style. Hey, that is a 10.
Great. Okay. Oh, all right. Yeah. You actually like they seem to be scrambling. Like they're in the kitchen, and like
The fire came from the oven.
Came from the oven.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're just like and they're like trying to, like, some of them are moving towards it and then just like getting like burned and backing off. I want to go to Brenner now. Brenner, you are just still in the arms of the swordsman.
In the arms of
the swordsman, and you hear Danail like calling after you. And like you hear Danail's voice getting closer. Like Danail is splitting the difference between, is closing the gap between himself and your captor. But in this moment, like, what would you like to do?
I'd like to cause some fear.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Let me think. Yeah. So just roll 2d6 plus wisdom.
And that's on an object, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm choosing my shoes.
Those.
Oh, so you add shoes.
Boss didn't tell me about them kickers.
So that's a 9 plus 1, 10.
Hey.
9 plus 1, 10. Yeah.
What does that do?
Yeah, cause fear.
Choose a target you can see, which is the swordsman, and a nearby object, my shoes. The target is afraid of the object so long as you maintain the spell. Their reaction is up to them. Flee, panic, beg, fight. With this, while this spell is ongoing, you take -1 to cast a spell.
Yeah. What up?
So would it have been 9 instead of 10?
Oh yeah.
That would be for no, that's for subsequent spells. Like,
like
it
would be 9 instead of 10 because you cast cause fear last episode.
Mm-hmm.
While the spell is ongoing, but the
I
effects
see.
of the last spell.
Yeah. No, never mind. Oh, yeah, so it is a 10. Yeah, this the swordsman like again immediately like drops you. Is just like compelled to drop you, and is just like and just but will not leave, but is like won't get any closer to you, but is like still there.
As soon as they drop me, can I do hack and slash?
Yes.
It would be without your halberd, though, I think.
Yeah, you don't have your halberd, but you can still yeah, it's like
or almost as much at least.
Yeah, you can like punch or kick or whatever to death. You do the same amount of damage.
Okay.
Fuck him up, Brenner.
I'm gonna try so hard to do that move that I wanted to do before.
With your shoes that inspire terror.
It's gonna be an 11 plus 1.
12. Okay. Do you want to do extra damage, or do you want to make sure you don't get hit in return?
I guess I'll do extra damage.
Yeah.
Ever choose. Roll your damage die then.
D10. 10.
Okay. Right?
It's a D10 plus D6. I'm just gonna tell you, don't even bother. You killed it. I'm gonna retract and like just give you the you don't take damage in return because you you went a little over the top here. I just want to say, yeah, with a 10, you're fine. Yeah. So tell me how this happens.
So
use your shoes.
So you're going to trip. Do you want it to be like kind of like an accident? You go to trip the person, and they're so freaked out that they just like they disorient themselves, and when you trip them, they hit their head on the cobblestone, and then or what do you want to do?
I mean, that's an option. But then what? I mean, maybe I'll take my shoes off and like clap them in front of their face. Oh no, can I slap them? And then I don't know how sharp they are.
You're just the terror sends them to cardiac arrest.
Hopefully they're not super sharp.
Was that
I don't know. I somehow want to. Okay, well, can I do like a? It's like all symbolic, but can they do like one of these things with their shoes? But then it like scares them so bad and then we'll do half of yours too, so then they can fall back and like hit their head on the cobblestone.
Great, cool, yeah. That sounds great to me.
They think the shoes are knives.
What a performer! Brenner didn't even know. Okay.
Brenner's gonna go off to become a famous actor.
Just based on how all of these roles have been going, I kind of like. I don't know if you all mind if I like narrate us like out of combat of that moment. Yeah. So in the kitchen, Dowser and Dindin, I think, just like take care of the rest of the swordsmen and like assassins and stuff that were in there.
I'm basically just maneuvering them. So
yeah,
else can fight.
Blocking them from like getting any further. The king, now free from like the table because Ladislas had like taken out the other two sorcerers that were being like held up against the wall, comes and joins Dindin in this truly heroic moment of them fighting like side by side for the lives of the king's people and the lives of your children. And then the soldiers that Raquel had brought forward, there were many casualties on their side, having difficulty fighting actual magic users that they really have never encountered before. But they succeeded in the end. And as far as inside of the castle walls are concerned, like here, Gouster, Dindin, the king, and Raquel and all of the soldiers are steadfast for a moment. Nothing. It is suddenly calm as the last strike falls. Back outside, Ladislas, you catch up to Brenner and Danail. You can be like flying down with Strogi. Danail, is there anything that you wanted to do?
I think as soon as I get to Brenner, I'm almost collapsing onto them. I definitely probably need Brenner's help to stand as I like trying to seal my wound.
Can I heal?
Yes.
And then I think as Brenner leans in to heal, Srogi and I just like land on the ruins on either side of these two.
You know what? I would actually stop Brenner. I wouldn't let Brenner take this injury since I know there's the risk of it passing on to you. Maybe later, but not right now.
Does that only happen if it's a poor roll?
Yeah, you can if you get a 10+, like narratively, Danail is like, no, don't. It might hurt you.
Okay, Brenner's gonna ignore that. And I mean, luckily, I rolled a 9 + 2, so 11.
Cool.
Okay, roll 2d8.
Oh, a 4.
4. Okay.
Damn.
4 is good though. Better than
still
0.
a lot of blood.
But yeah, Strogi and Ladislas land, and the 4 of you are there now.
William, is it possible, because we're headed back to that tower, right? The king's. Well, that's kind of where the king told us to go, right?
No, I
went to
told
his
him
room.
to go into his room.
That's
His
what I
room
mean. Isn't
his
it?
room is not in the tower.
Didn't he say up the?
He said up to my
Right,
room.
right. Okay, sorry. I
it's-
think you
yeah,
misunderstood me. I wasn't talking about the tower, capital T,
yes, I
capital
did
T.
misunderstand you. Yes, you're going back to that tower, not
Yeah, the tower in the castle.
I meant the tower when he said the tower.
Is it possible that Srogi and I can each grab one of Brenner and Danail and take them back to there?
No, please, I'll walk. I'm still very injured,
can
and
pick
being
up
dragged
Brenner.
around sounds like a great way to rip that open.
Yeah, you can pick up Brenner and Danail. We'll just walk back. But
Fair enough.
Can I do a lay on hands again?
You can.
Okay, I will.
All right. Well, while Brenner is doing this, Danail will permit it now that it seems like things are actually dying down and there aren't cultist swordsmen chasing after us. Brenner, when we have a moment, I think we need to talk about your magic.
As you say that, light from Brenner's fingertips start to glow brighter. I rolled an 8 plus 2, so 10.
Cool. Great. And then 2d8.
Yes. Okay. 11.
Wow. All right.
Damn.
Cool. Danail's back at full. You
Nice.
just illuminate through his body.
Yeah, of course. We can definitely talk about that.
Danail blinks several times because the light even poured out his eyes, and he's like, "All right, it's growing immensely stronger. I will take that ride now, Ladislas, actually."
Ladislas just caws in return, and he and Srogi each pick up one of you.
And you all go back to that same like dining hall area. You meet back up with Din Din and Dowser and the king and Raquel.
Okay,
I dropped the firewall.
okay, you can all go.
And they're all.
I go to the table where the workers are like hiding, and I kind of just like poke in, and I say like, "I'm sorry that we got blood on all this good bread, but it's safe to come out now."
Oh wow!
I-
Yeah. Thank you so much for saving my life. I really appreciate it. It's just so wonderful to be saved.
You're welcome.
You know, I mean, like hiding under a table, and then someone comes in and just like kills a bunch of people and saves you. It feels like I've had a very hard day.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, was that what that was?
Who is this character?
Who's like, oh gosh, what's that song? Like Crocodile or no?
That's a song.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to remember like the singer who. No, the one that talks like this. Shoot.
From the 52s.
Yeah, I think so.
Or yeah. Talking about the B-52s, Rock Lobster, Love Shack.
Yes, from Love Shack. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Love Shack, baby.
No.
Okay, you're all in the same spot now.
Well, perhaps time to go to the king's room for presents and maybe tea.
I'm with Dowser on this one. Shall we?
I suppose so. Is everybody all right?
Raquel is like taking an assessment of like the soldiers, and the king is getting an okay from Raquel. And then they share an exchange, like a whispered exchange back and forth for a moment. The king comes over to all of you and is like, right. So they have spotted more of the cultists coming from the inner areas of the city and moving towards the castle. So I don't think that we have much time to do anything. We can get you out through the back towards the tower, and there is just north of the tower is the pathway through the mountains that will bring you to Novre. We can get you coats and everything that you need so that you can get moving and everything. And we'll go up to my quarters right now, but I think it is best if we move quickly.
I have a point of order about our next location.
Let's talk on the way, but yes.
Yeah, and you can all start moving up to the tower to the top where the king's like quarters are. And as you're going, you say,
I'm a little worried that one of the people attacking us may have made it out with my my yell to Din Din that we were headed towards Nofre, and I would rather not be ambushed when we get there.
You think someone made it out of here?
I do think I killed everyone.
William, is it possible that anyone made it out with that information, or does it seem unlikely?
Why don't I grease my insight?
I forgot you had that.
That's a 7. So one question: did anyone?
No one
possibly...
made it out. Nobody made it out.
Okay, the way is clear.
No.
I wanted to make sure we weren't going to get there and then be like, oh crap.
No, that's reasonable.
Yeah.
That's reasonable.
Cool. I just want to say one thing. Just as I'll just be like the last one leaving this room. I just want to turn and just like survey all of the soldiers who are like getting themselves back up and stuff, and just like kind of just like awkwardly just like,
You all did great. The flame is proud.
and then just like scurry into the.
We fought for you, the flame.
And also the king.
Oh yeah, the king too. We fought for the king too, and the people, but mostly the flame.
King, I have a question for you. Do you recognize these outfits at all? The new ones, the white, frosty, weird magicians. Are they from Novre?
No. I mean like they've the costumes, outfits or whatever that they've all donned previously. I mean, we've interacted with ones wearing black cloaks. We've interacted with ones wearing white cloaks.
What about the red cloaks?
No red cloaks.
Really?
Yeah, no red
That's a
cloaks.
shame. They
Yeah,
would look good in red.
yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
And they did look good in red.
Well, yeah. So, no, I don't know if it means anything, but
Understood. Well, it would be good to steal a couple, even though we
all
don't
the
even know.
ones that are kind of charred and covered in blood. But we
And
can.
sand.
Well, I can do not much about the first, but I kind of cover my hands, and there's just kind of like a soft light, and I just kind of carry them over, and I press to digitate most of the blood covering myself away as I clean myself.
Yeah, you make it up
Blood's
to
not
the.
as much of an issue.
Yeah, you make it up to the king's quarters like just as you do that, and the king like stops like just before like opening the door to his room and like looks at you while you do that. He's like, "Okay, how is it that one family has like so many people that can do magic, and I have an entire tower full of sorcerers who can't do anything?"
I also think the more appropriate question is, how did all of these powerful magicians become so lucky as to be a family?
Oh.
Oh, was that sweet? Bowser was just kind of talking.
The door opens, and you all can file into the king's quarters, where at the end of his bed. And it's actually like you enter here. It's not like terribly. When you were walking up this tower, even it didn't seem like very like adorned, ornate or anything. It's like you go into the room. It's really it's not elaborate. It doesn't look necessarily kingly or anything. It's just a bed, like a desk and some like a quill and parchment and stuff. It's nothing extravagant.
Modest place. Very nice though. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Thank you.
Well, chop, present time.
Yeah. And at the end of the bed, there's a chest. And on that chest, there's actually sitting a candle and a book.
I go for the candle.
The king said,
would like.
actually, I'd like to give this candle to you, Din Din.
Where's the candle?
Okay.
Well, then Dowser the flame. It will be very useful to have you around for the use of this candle because you can light it.
Yeah. It's kind of why I want to.
Thank you for the candle, but what is it?
It is a Titus's truthful tallow. A candle of ivory and copper-colored tallow with a wick of spun silver. When lit, none upon whom its light falls is able to tell a lie. They may keep silent or dissemble, but when asked a question directly, they can speak naught but the truth. I know from our days in the past that you are one to interrogate a person here or there. I feel as though you will find this quite useful moving forward.
This is good. Lately, I've been growing quite soft, and I've been unable to do the things I've done in the past without feeling sorry for them and thinking they have families. It's quite troublesome.
Well, we all grow. And then the king grabs the book and is like, I don't know who would find this useful, but
it looks like paper.
I'll
Author has
take a look at it.
but this is the infinite book. This book contains an infinite number of pages in a finite space.
I'll pass.
With no limit to the pages. Everything that ever was, is, or will be is contained somewhere in this book. Luckily, the index is great. Mechanically, and this is just so you know, this is for Ladislas. When you spout lore while consulting the book, you gain an extra clause. The GM will give you a solution to a problem or a situation you are in.
Interesting. Okay. I think Danail, Ladislas looks to you and says, can I hold on to that one?
Sure, of course.
Yes, I do suppose.
Sorry. I do need to point out, because you probably aren't thinking this, you are still a bird.
I don't think I am. I don't think I'm a bird. I think I turned back into a human.
You try to turn back and you're still a bird.
Oh, you got Animorph, buddy.
I got fucking Animorphed. So the bird says,
you can still talk.
Dowser speaks. I thought he couldn't.
Didn't we say you can?
I think I can, but I think this is interfering with my ability to speak common as well.
Dowser said,
Dowser speaks bird. He said, that book is for Dowser. I understood it.
I also understood what they said.
Okay, who am I giving the book to?
I know
one wing raises.
You don't have hands. Your hands burn everything they touch.
Only if I want them to, which is, you're right, though.
It's flattering that you... I think it's flattering that you think I'm fit for a book, but I think Ladislaus might be a better fit. You know.
You hear footsteps scurrying up the stairs towards all of you, and it is a jester carrying crowns.
Every time you introduce this jester, I wish I could do a jester from Critical Role impression. But...
Yeah. Yeah, but the jester hands all of you decently ornate looking crowns.
I'll work it out.
Yeah.
Glasses,
helmet, crown.
I think I'm
beard.
wearing the I'm still wearing the poncho from episode 1.
Yeah. And then the king goes over to a wardrobe, and he opens that up and produces coats for all of you. Here, this is the least I can do right now. You'd all better start moving.
Okay. King, before we do go.
Yes, the flame.
Yes, Dowser. You can say Dowser now, though the flame is not wrong, and all power, all that. You were surprised, Dowser. You made a very cowardly move in the courtyard. That I understand it more now, but you fought very valiantly down there. Still, Dowser is thinking about what would have happened to your city if your order to kill us had succeeded. Dowser's thinking maybe moving forward, Raquel should give the sword orders. Dowser's just not so sure that your immediate intuition is helpful for saving the world.
Yeah, the king looks at Dindin and then like back at you, Dowser, and actually goes, actually, I'll be stepping down
As king?
as king. Yes,
Oh,
I will still be giving my resources as much as I can and doing what I can do to try and save the world, as all of you are doing. But yes, I think Raquel has always been a little bit better at this than I have, and then looks back at Dindin one more time. And I think that if we are truly in the end, need to devote a little bit more time to my kids.
I give a dad look.
Dad look.
that is the case. As much as Dowser does appreciate it, I'm a little cluttered anyway. You should probably have this.
And he gives the king.
If you're not going to be king anymore, it's only right.
The crown, the king kneels and produces his horrible haircut to be covered by this crown.
I declare you in the name of the flame, not king.
And lower the crown.
A tear falls from his eye, and he goes, I've never been more honored in my life. And as all of you leave the tower,
Full circle.
walking past Raquel, who is now removing her own crown. And then guides Raquel goes with you and guides you with a small band of soldiers out past the tower up north to the winding mountain pass that leads from Way to Novre. You all look back for a moment and see the city in disarray from the dragon attack, from these cultists that appear to be doing all they can to take over this city. And Raquel bids you farewell one last time. We should be fine, but the fastest you could save the world would probably be the best.
Yeah, Dowser's agreed.
Well,
We'll do what we can.
Thank all of you for showing our kingdom a little bit of magic and hope.
I hear.
Thank you for the bread.
Sorry we couldn't let you take the bread, Baron, with you, but I hope you have enough bread to last you for a while.
We don't, but it's still appreciated.
When all this is over, let me know if you need another lion.
Will do.
Danielle, how many gangs can you join?
As many as I want. Shut up. Well, I'm already part of 3 right now.
Brenner runs up really quickly and produces a knitted tea cozy.
Oh,
I was able to do this in my spare time here.
You had spare time. Amazing. Okay. Well, thank you very much. I love tea, so this is perfect. You're welcome back anytime. Hopefully next time there won't be a cult trying to kill you.
Yes.
That would be nice.
Oh, and Ladislas, I know you're a bird right now. I don't know if you can understand me, but
By the way.
But just so you know, the contract got burned up in the fight, so I would be careful about being around me from now on.
Ladislas takes off and poops on her head.
And she's laughing and she's like, okay, bye-bye. I know.
Damn, if only she had something like a crown maybe to...
And Raquel, her and the soldiers like begin to walk back into the Kingdom of Way.
I prestidigitate the poop away and just take a moment to run my hands through her hair.
Her bald
It's
head.
tender. Yeah, that.
Yeah.
I forgot that detail.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
squeaky.
Yeah, and she's just like, all right then. Well, be safe.
Do we call you King now?
Yes.
Well, King Raquel, do good, or the flame will burn you.
And Dowser trots off down the path.
Ladislaus is circling overhead as he guides the way.
And next time on Hijinks and Dungeon World.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Cool. Well, thanks. If this is your first time watching, then I hope you enjoyed that. Go back. This is episode 11, so you can go back and watch the rest of this mini series so far of what we have. I can't believe we were only on episode 11. Actually,
Yeah, it feels. I mean, it is
Yeah.
still like almost 3 months, but it feels like we've done so much more.
Yeah, it feels like a lot has happened. Anyway, yeah, if you like all that and you catch up on this series, you're in luck. There's more of us. If you like our chemistry, if you like the way that we play, that kind of thing, go back and check out our main continuous campaign using the Kids on Bikes system. It's like it is like a tabletop Stranger Things kind of thing. So yeah, that's like got about 50 episodes backlogged. That's all on the QueueTimes main YouTube channel, just like this show is. All the VODs go there. Check out the rest of the shows on QueueTimes. There's Clear Skies, which is Star Trek. That's like a really wonderful show. That's on Mondays. There's Denver by Night, which is using Vampire the Masquerade. There's what was the New York one? Anarchy or something? I don't know. It's escaping me at the moment, but that was on Fridays. And then there's also one-on-one shots with B. Dave Walters, and that's on Sundays, as well as Court of Corvids, which is a Pathfinder 2nd edition live stream that Jonas and myself are on. Yeah. We play a married couple.
We do.
It's really fun.
We play a recently re-engaged married couple.
Yeah, re-engaged remarried couple. Yeah, they renewed their marriage.
They renewed their engagement. The new marriage hasn't happened yet.
Yes, yeah, yeah, but that's happening. That's on Sundays. That's at 4:30 p.m. Pacific on Sundays, and that's a lot of fun. So just like check out all the VODs and everything go up on the QueueTimes main YouTube channel. All of the shows premiere on the QueueTimes Twitch channel. It's just follow it, get involved. The community's great. There's a Discord, and there are channels for each show. Like people talk about a bunch of other stuff. There's like a whole lot going on there, so you can check that out. Yeah, show this to your friends. Do all of the good stuff. Tweet at us. Leave comments on the YouTube videos. I respond to them. I go through and I find them and I talk to you. But yeah, feel free to tweet at us. Get a hold of us on Instagram, anything like that @HandleStream. And we'd love to hear from you. And we hope you enjoyed this episode and the rest of the stuff that we do. We do this every Tuesday night at 7:30 p.m. Pacific. As of right now. So that's episode 12 will be next week. Cool. All right. Well, I have been William, the GM for Hijinks and Dungeon World, and you can find me on Twitter and Instagram @KWilliamWhite. I'm also in a band with Jonas called Glass Beach. And you can find us at Glass Beach Band on Twitter and Instagram. We are doing like takeovers right now of our social media. Like, so intermittently we're having like Black artists and musicians take over our Twitter and Instagram and like promote themselves out to our audience. And I hope that's doing anything for them. I hope it's like getting something, but it was just a thing that we were tossing around doing, and it's and we had our friend Andre do it, and that was pretty great. And Andre said he really enjoyed it, and cool. Yeah, and we had a longtime viewer of the show, Jesse. Yeah. Jesse took over the Twitter and Instagram for a day, and our fans named a jar thing that Jesse made. Yeah, it's a mimic. It's supposed to be like a mimic for holding dice. That's what it is. It's a mimic dice that Jesse made. But you can see like pictures of that and stuff on our social media. It's really cool. Yeah, but we're still in there. There's someone who's doing it right now, but I haven't seen them post anything today. But they live in England.
Wait, who's doing it right now?
Someone named Jeffrey.
Okay, cool.
I don't know. It was someone who reached out to me and like we've been talking and so, but whatever. Anyway, yeah, it's very cool. But like check that stuff out and still like please wear a mask if you're gonna go out. People think that they can hang out with friends and stuff like that and everything's fine if they just like wear a mask and stay like 6 feet apart. But that is like a precaution
If you have
if you must see people, if you have to go out. Like they say, like wear a mask, stay 6 feet apart. That is like not you're safe. That is like if you must, like if you are going to the grocery store, do that. Otherwise, like just don't see people if you can help it. And I know this has been going for so long. I know, and it's gonna go longer.
But it's gonna go longer the more people don't do what they can now.
Yeah, so. And I mean, like, and just like people, every single day. I don't want to get to like too morbid here, but like literally every single day I go on Twitter and like. I don't even follow that many people. I don't follow that many people compared to like a lot of other people who follow people on Twitter. And friends of friends on my Twitter feed are having their friends and family die. Like every day I log on and I'm like seeing like and if you've watched this show for a while, our very own Patrick Vest had COVID-19 like a couple months ago. And
he is currently recovered.
Yeah, he's like currently recovered, but he's like he said it's like a lot has like stuck with him, and he still like is like coughing and having trouble breathing sometimes. So like, just
don't take risks. You don't have to play it as safe as you can. It sucks, but we got to do what we can and use the internet as a tool to connect. Because more than ever, I think that it is like a lifesaver for a lot of people. So
and then also I like. Still like support the protests.
Yes.
Like continue living a life of like tearing down your anti-blackness.
Live a life of rebellion.
You just have to like reassess, unlearn, and re-educate. And that's just you for the rest of your life. Like all of us like have to do it. And I know like even me personally, like I think about this stuff a lot, but like this has really brought to the front of my brain that I was doing like the minimum that I could do to like stay invested and stay involved. I wasn't doing sincerely like actionable things that were like directly helping. I was just like, oh, I'm educating myself and I'm having hard conversations with like my friends and family. And it's like, that's good, but that is not enough. And we all need to do as much as we can. So, okay. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at KWilliamWhite if you want to talk to me about like this serious stuff or like other things.
Cool. You can find me on Twitter at Jonas Newhouse, where I tweet about Black Lives Matter and video games and my band, and right now mostly the former.
Hi, I've been Spencer LaBelle. You can find me on Twitter at SpabelleVO. You can find me on Instagram at Spubble, which is like bubble with a splut, SBLUBBLE. And if you are in the New Orleans area, New Orleans, Louisiana, and you want to organize with people in terms of direct action, you're more than welcome to reach out to me at either of those points. And just really want to second everything that William and Jonas are discussing. And fun fact is the time of this recording, we're at 123,000 deaths, which is always a number that anytime I have to interact with people who are not taking that seriously, I personally make it a point to I check that on a near daily basis. Flatten the curve, be safe, and just make smart choices.
Hi, I'm Sam. I have been playing Ladislas, and I'm on Twitter at Laggardson, LAGGARDSON. If it is not already obvious from my actions as Ladislas today, I DM'd a series called Monster of the Week, which got pretty horror, gore, and all of that. If you like that kind of stuff, and if you like Jonas and William, you can go check out all 15 episodes of that series, which are up on the QueueTimes main YouTube channel in a playlist called Monster of the Week. Stay inside, stay safe. And it can happen to anyone. I mean, there was a lot of talk early on about how younger people are safer and all of that kind of stuff. That does not... The immunocompromised and the elderly seem to be especially... vulnerable populations to this thing, but just because you are not immunocompromised, just because you're not elderly, does not mean it can't happen to you or that it can't happen to someone you love. So please just be careful.
I've been Franny, playing Brenner, and you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at JUST_FRANNIEK. Everyone has pretty much said what's on my mind as well.
And I've been Chris Taniguchi, playing Din Din. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram and YouTube under the name Tanamato. I make animation stuff. If you're feeling like sad or depressed, or if you just like need somebody to talk to because quarantine sucks and you need a buddy, then message one of us. We could probably use the extra conversation too.
Also, sorry, one real quick thing I forgot to mention before we go. Sarah Baker, who did our just released map for Hijinks Handlebars, which is our main show.
So good.
It's amazing. I'm really, really proud of that map. I think she did a completely fantastic job. You should go give her a follow on Twitter and Instagram. She's at sdavbaker. That is SDAVBAKER.
Yeah, and I mean the last thing I want to say, that's great. Check out the map too; it's amazing. Like she really did an amazing job. I like what you had to say, Sam, about like this one thing that I have been thinking of a lot recently is just it is like such a slim chance for like a healthy young person, but like slim doesn't mean there isn't one.
Mm-hmm.
It is a statistic until it is you or someone you love, and then it is reality. And I think people just need to take that seriously. So, cool. Okay. Well, thanks everyone. We'll see you next week. Hopefully.
Bye.
Cool. Bye. Bye.